Why do we forget what we learned so quickly? It's not your fault. It's just a part of how our brain actually works. And once you understand how learning actually happens, you can turn things around using several simple strategies to make knowledge stick, almost like a cheat code for your brain. Today, we'll break down how learning works using science-based principles from the book Make It Stick. Ready? Let's dive in. The human brain is an incredible learning machine, but it wasn't designed to remember everything. The good news is, you can remember the important things if you work with your brain instead of against it. Here are 3 simple steps that can help you to learn faster, remember more, and apply knowledge effortlessly. Step 1. Encoding. Encoding happens the moment your brain absorbs new information. But here's the problem. Your brain doesn't store everything. It selectively chooses what seems important and holds it in the short-term memory, which is like a temporary notepad. If you don't reinforce it, most of that information disappears quickly. Most people rely on rereading, highlighting, or passive listening to encode new learning. But these methods don't work. Instead, it's more effective to summarize what you've just learned in your own words, create mental images or flowcharts to see the connections, or linking new ideas to what you already know. Let's say you are learning how the stock market works. Instead of rereading an article, try explaining the ideas in your own words, sketching a diagram, or relating it to something familiar, like comparing investing to planting seeds for long-term growth. Step 2. Consolidation. Once information is encoded, your brain needs to reinforce and store it in the long-term memory. This process is called consolidation. The problem? Most people try to revise or cram everything into one session. This doesn't work at all for consolidating information. Instead, use spaced repetition to spread out your learning over time. Each time you revisit a concept, you strengthen those memory pathways. Rest in between learning sessions because your brain solidifies learning while you sleep. And link new information to what you already know. The more links you create, the more durable your memory. For example, if you are learning a new language, don't just memorize the vocab or grammar rules. Use it in real conversations to truly consolidate what you have learned. Step 3. Retrieval. Retrieval is the final and most important step. It's what separates temporary learning from permanent knowledge. Every time you retrieve and apply information, you strengthen your brain's neural pathways, making knowledge more accessible when you need it. Most people forget what they learn because they rely too much on notes. Instead, practice retrieving information without looking at them. Test yourself or summarize concepts aloud without referring to your slides or notes. You can also try to teach someone what you have learned. Better still, apply what you have learned in real situations. The more you use your knowledge, the better you retain it. If you are studying marketing strategies, don't just take notes. Try to outline a campaign from memory alone or launch a real promotion. So there you are, the 3 phases of how the brain learns: encoding, consolidation, and retrieval, as well as the techniques to accelerate learning at each step. Use them to learn new concepts faster and make learning stick to the point where it can feel almost unfair how much faster and better you learn. But that's our little secret. Want to fast-track your learning even more? Dive deeper into this 3-step method with reading graphics, text, audio, and infographic summaries for Make It Stick. Time to encode, consolidate, and retrieve knowledge more effortlessly. Links to these resources can be found in the description, along with a free online summary to help you get started. Or you can subscribe for a full access to our library of more than 300 book summaries. For 5 more powerful techniques to supercharge your brain, check out our next video.